My beautiful Scorpios, welcome to your July 2024 reading. This is going to be for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising. More and more and more of you are intuitively guided to readings. And, you may not know if you have Scorpio in your chart. I feel like our spirit guides, this is just a year where I feel like our spirituality for many is just really opening, and we're learning to really trust our own intuition. And I also feel like your spirit guides will put a reading before you if there's messages, that maybe you've missed. Definitely for guidance. And not just in my reading, anybody's reading, but uh, so yeah, Scorpio, I feel like this is going to be a great month for you. I get creativity. I get even your sexuality. I get um, I'm thinking of like all the threes. I feel you're going to be very inspired, and I feel like your money is going to be like just increasing and increasing. Of course, if you're starting low, you can only go up, hopefully. So I just feel like it's going to be a great month for you. And, we'll go to the cards, we'll go to our spirit guides. But that's intuitively what I was picking up while I was shuffling the cards for your reading. I do want to give a shout out to my beautiful daughter, Jennifer, who is, her birthday is October 29th. She has had channel Jenny Love Tarot, but she is now working outside the home, so, she's not so active on her channel, but she'll get back to it, when time allows. Anyway, I really look forward to doing your reading. And I was going between two different decks between your main spread. Actually, I was going to use the Universal Tarot, but then I don't know, my eye kept getting drawn to the Light Seers Tarot. So this is what I eventually landed on. So we're going to use three different decks. We're going to go ahead and get into your reading. We have Mother Mary for her beautiful words of wisdom. Let's put her up there. We have our Gilded Tarot, and this is to go deeper. This is why the readings are long, because we do go deep. And I have to tell you, like I just did Virgo's reading. Did I just do? No, I did Libra's, but with Virgo's reading, it was just mind blowing the end of the reading, and that's how most readings are. That's why I feel like, if you can have patience, try to watch the whole reading. If you don't have, like maybe you don't have the time or you just don't have the patience for a long reading, then I'd go and watch like the last 10 minutes, because I feel like that's where many answers come. I feel like that's where spirit just blows our mind. God just blows our mind. So, yeah, hopefully you can watch the whole thing. But if you can't, I understand. But I would just like flip forward to the end. Now, if you plan on watching the whole reading, don't flip to the end. Watch it through, because these readings are like a map. You know what I mean? Like to help guide you. And I feel like each step is important. Um Yeah, that's just how I feel. All right. Anyways, so we are going to use the light seers for your main spread. I'm going to go ahead and bring the lid down, and let's go ahead and give it a couple shuffles. Again, always pre-shuffled, but I do like to give it a shuffle or two with you here. So let's do one more. Okay, let's give them a cut. And let's hope my intuition was picking up on the right information. All right, let's begin. It's interesting. I always say let's begin, but I feel like the minute I start the reading, we have begun. All right. Scorpio. I feel like July, I just feel like you're going to feel better than you felt in a long time. And it could be planetary action, but I know that, like I feel like I'm being guided to tell you that, to give you some hope. Well, okay. Let's take them. We're going to take them all. All right. Hello, King of Pentacles. So interesting. I just talked about Virgo. This could certainly be a Virgo for some. Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. Doesn't have to be that sign there. Remember that. I love this king. I love this image. Like he's sitting there, and I feel like his dog. It's just to me, it's a sense of loyalty. And listen, I know when the king's in reverse, loyalty is not the name of the game. But in the upright, I do feel like it's someone who is loyal. Um, and we'll see, like, we'll see why he's here. But King of Pentacles, well, hello, Knight of Cups, an unexpected couple fulfillment. Beautiful. He's holding this big pentacle in his hand. So for some of you, this could certainly relate to like an increase in your money. Like the right person just, I don't know. I don't want to say just gives you money. I also feel like this person's very wise. Look at the books around him, but he seems very mellow at the same time. He reminds me of my boyfriend. He just does. But then you have the Knight of Cups. Look at this person. Red roses in their hand. It's like they're being patient. Love is patient. And if you look, like, there's a blanket down here. There's this little love letter. So someone could have sent a letter, and metaphorically, but I feel like this person or whatever this fulfillment is, it feels like it was coming in the right time. I'm just noticing the white horse. To me, that means pure. So I feel like I have nothing to worry about here. It is meant to fulfill you in some way. We have the Hermit. Wow, Virgo. The Hermit. But doesn't have to be Virgo. Some of you may have just finished a 9-year cycle, and there may be a new cycle opening up. There may be new opportunities that are just going to present themselves. There could be a lover who just presents themselves. And I feel like this is kind of giving us a clue, if it's relating to love, let's say, what type of person this is. So I feel like loyalty, spiritual, someone who has been through it and has come out the other end. This is the great energy of someone who eats through their own energy because of their own experiences. And the nine, 9 is about reflection, but it's about final reflection, like reflecting back, really just to see, like, what have I learned in this last chapter? How have I grown? What do I know I no longer want? What do I know that I now do want? We have the moon, card of Pisces, ruler of Cancer, major arcanas, major arcanas. So the moon can certainly speak about uncertainties, right? I can only see as far as the moonlight allows me to see, but it's also very dreamy energy. And I have to say, I'm looking at this image, and when I think of Scorpio, I think of someone who really can get along with anyone. I feel like you definitely care about the underdog. And I feel like that is, it's kind of like, well, I want to say a gift, but really you're a gift to others. Almost like she feels like she's drowning and then boom, something comes in. Excuse me one second. Okay, I'm back. I was just gone a second. So anyways, and this can also represent, we just went through a full moon, and I don't know, I feel like, when was that? When was that? Hmm, the end of June, but I can't think of the date. But anyways, um, that could also be part of this, like, because I feel like energy is lifting because of that. Definitely can talk about Cancer energy, which we're in right now. So something, whatever this night is carrying, again, a couple fulfillment. I have a feeling it's definitely going to reach you in the month of January. And, I feel like also if, because this Knight of Cups is going to complete their mission, right? I feel like every knight is going to complete their mission. Whether we accept to choose it or not is up to us. Interesting because it looks like it's coming from the king. Someone may literally announce, like, have feelings for you. But it may come after, like, you yourself have, like, I don't know, cut ties, or I feel like there's something you did in your life that opens up now this chapter. And again, some of you are finishing up 9-year chapter. So, I feel like your spirituality has grown a lot, but I also feel like this person, if it's, and I do feel like it's a person, I'm just going to say that. Now, I don't think that's the only thing that's happening for you, but maybe one of the things. Um, And so far, we have on the board, though, I don't even, it doesn't even matter to me the signs, because I don't want you to look for, like, just a Virgo or just a Pisces or just a Cancer. Whatever is coming your way, again, it's unexpected, but it is meant to fulfill you. And I often feel the knights are sent by the king or the queen. Well, here's this king sitting right there. So let's continue on. We have the Five of Swords, like I'm scratching my head. What do I do? What do I do? Like a little bird is, like, pecking at him. Some of you, what it feels like to me? It feels like a little bit of annoying energy. Five of Swords does talk about toxicity. Can be certain energy around you that has been toxic. Hopefully, this is saying that that is ending, but at the same time, five speaks about change, and we've got to accept that change. But I feel like you should, right? Because whatever this, and I do feel like it has to be speaking about the past because we're asking for change. So, could be toxic energy that now has in some way cleared, or you've cleared it. Ace of Swords under the Knight of Cups. Ace of Swords right under that Knight. Communication, conversation, truth. I feel like when I see the Ace of Swords, to me it's one of my yes cards. I have certain tarot cards that mean certain things to me, and the Ace of Swords to me, like, is a yes card. Now, I know that's not for everyone, but I do feel that. And I also feel like you're going to feel this energy. It's like she's connecting. Her eyes are closed. It's like she's connecting to above. It's like her chakras being activated. This could be some great communication. Could be some romantic communication. It's definitely some type of word coming in. We have the Three of Pentacles. This is what I feel for you this month, like your creativity. in whatever you do, and creativity. You could have like a boring old job, but yet you bring your creative self to that. And, it's like I can make fun out of anything. This is about being you, your unique self, and other people really taking notice of that. It's interesting because I feel like this Knight of Cups is two things. I do feel like it's a potential of love, but I also feel like it's a potential of more money due to you, due to the energy you've put into something. Three of Pentacles usually, I'm just putting my head down, doing my thing, but yet other people are taking notice. And a lot of times you don't even know that, but they are. She's like weaving, um, she's like weaving something. And to me, again, that would represent your creativity. And then, well, hello, Nine of Pentacles. Success. Feeling independent. Nothing better. Nothing better than really feeling like I can take care of me. This is also, let's say you're starting at the Three of Pentacles. Again, it would signify like, you don't need to change for other people, right? Do your thing the way you do it, because I feel like that's what's gonna be appreciated. But this is success. As long as I focus on that. You know, um, I can't help but say we got a lot of Virgo on the board. But look what she's doing. She's like reaching up and grabbing a pentacle. Like, okay, I'm ready for the next chapter. I'm ready to grow even more. Some of you may have had to cut someone out of your life, again, through that Five of Swords. And I feel like if that's the case, the minute you did, it feels like freedom. But then that freedom feels like immediate growth. And that immediate growth, I feel like brings joy, stability to your life. Two nines could be two things you're reflecting upon or you have reflected upon. Some of you may be here just for confirmation on that, that you're on the right path. By the way, I forgot to say, you know, please ask your spirit guides to give you confirmation in a reading, anybody's reading, that this reading is for you. Whether you have me say a certain word or a number or what have you. I say random things all the time, and I know it's because, some of you have asked me to. This looks really, really good right now, Virgo. Or Virgo. God, what is it with Virgo? Scorpio. The only thing where the energy is difficult is in that Five of Swords. But listen, I feel like that energy is coming to an end. Now, that could represent certain people in your life, certain situations, and it is you that needs to make that change. But I feel like once you make that change, I feel like prosperity starts to open up for you and potential love starts to open up for you. But not any old love. This isn't, in the Five of Swords, like, I don't want that to be the person that will be love for you because that would just be toxic. It wouldn't serve you. You deserve more, you know? Some of you may, again, be questioning, am I on the right path? Will I be able to build up abundance for myself? And I feel like the answer is yes. Let's slide these up a little bit. Let's keep going. We have the Eight of Cups. So beautiful. That means whatever energy has been toxic to you, listen, you may not be able to walk away, but you're not allowing it to affect you anymore. Eight of Cups means you are looking within your emotional house. And, you're trying to find the clarity, let's just say, of cups that have been knocked over in the past. But this person's already walking away. And where is she heading to? The Nine of Cups. Inner harmony. Fulfillment of wishes. Why fulfillment of wishes? Because I feel like when you do take that moment to reflect back, when you're bold enough to like look at different chapters in your life and understand, yourself, that's probably more important than anything. I feel like there's a reward for that. And by the way, the Three of Pentacles, where's that? Also does talk about rewards, recognition, and rewards. We have the Nine of Wands. So now we have three nines. But this is one of my favorite nines. And I'll tell you why. If you just look at the image, this girl is busting out of her clothes. Clothes no longer fit her. Why? Because of the spiritual muscle she has gained. This is someone who looks back with no regret and says, look how I have learned. Look how I have grown. Look how I'm still growing. By the way, it is mirroring the Knight of Cups right now. And I feel like it's self-confidence. I feel like it is, it feels like you're finding clarity within yourself. You're understanding that I am the spiritual being having human conditions, right? Or human experiences. So, the energy of whoever or whatever has been toxic, I feel like now wants to fade away. Will I allow it? Well, with the Eight of Cups below it, I feel like the answer is yes. It's like you're not taking people's bullshit anymore. You know yourself now. That's what I really feel like. You know yourself now. I feel like your spirituality is, what do I want to say? Just feels good. Like, good. There's new growth on this wand that she's holding. So to me, that represents the next chapter. And again, mirroring that Knight of Cups. And I am not feeling anything negative about this Knight of Cups. Quite the opposite. Some of you could have certainly been dealing with like a boss or even a lover. And there may be a conversation, a truthful conversation that will help you either to move on or to bring something together. All right, keep going. We have the King of Cups, your match. So this could be you, male or female, by the way. And, I say that because we are a mixture of feminine and masculine, light and dark, or light and shadow, let's say. And learning our shadow side definitely serves us. So for some of you, this could be you. Now, this could also be because we do have the Knight of Cups. And look at him like his eyes are closed. It's almost like he's trying to manifest. And I love that it's mirroring the Hermit because I have spiritual clarity in this energy. Um, Also could be a Cancer or Pisces. We do have, again, the moon, which represents Pisces, but it is Cancer's ruler. We have the Five of Pentacles. Okay, so the Five of Pentacles, temporarily it is difficult energy. And again, it's a five, so it is change. But just take notice of this person. Like she's looking down, right? And, it could certainly be some moments of sadness, but it is meant to be temporary. If you really look at the card, you see that there's a key right there, and it's big. And that key unlocks this next door. I know some of you are completing a cycle. And I feel like the prior cycle may not have been so easy. But in the same breath, I feel like you learned a lot from it. You know, this is also, to me, I always think about the card that either comes before it or the card that follows it. And what would follow this would be the Six of Pentacles, compassion. Again, helping the underdog. I feel like you love to help the underdog, but sometimes you got to know who I'm helping, right? Am I helping someone who's just taking advantage of me? Or am I helping to lift their spirits? This is difficult energy, but it's temporarily difficult energy. And by the way, it is mirroring this Eight of Cups. So I feel like you're finding that key. You're unlocking that next door, that next chapter. You may not know exactly what lies on the other side, but I have a feeling it's better than what was. All right, let's keep going. Ten of Wands. Well, there you go. Ten of Wands definitely speaks about a period of time of heavy responsibilities. What I love about this image is it's like she is leaving her mountaintop, right? A mountaintop that she once lived on, no longer serving her. It's like the land has gone barren. So she's out to search for a new adventure, a new place. You know, some of you, because you are such loving souls, you may have given and given, and someone may have taken and taken. But again, you want to recognize that that's what the reflection is all about. But I feel like, so I'm leaving and I'm going to go find my own mountaintop. I often feel the person in the Ten of Wands is subconsciously wishing for a tower. It's almost like things get so bad that I can't, I have no choice but to move, right? Or to move on to the next thing. But I do feel like that will come back to serve you, and sometimes it's like, I feel like our spirit guides have to hit us over the head with the messages before we listen. This person is now listening. They're taking what they can and leaving the rest behind. And I feel like it means that, I am, first of all, I don't feel like you're materialistic. Did I say that right? I feel like you care more, again, about feelings, other people's feelings, more than you do about, like, what do I own? So let's say you're leaving someone. I don't feel like I'm going to fight over, like, I want the TV, I want everything in the house. I feel like I just want to be left alone. Reminds me of my first marriage. Like, literally, I didn't care if I got anything. I just wanted it to end. And so it did. Hello, star. Your hopes, your dreams, your wishes. Now, listen, it's following the Ten of Wands, and that's exactly what I feel. You have a new chapter opening up. It means that there is some type of dream coming true, a wish coming true. But remember, you got to help divine here. You got to take the action steps that your guides will send you. It's like you will be at the right place at the right time, and just trust that. Also a card of Aquarius, and then the Strength card of Leo. But you know what I feel like? I feel like if you have felt weak, now you're going to start feeling strong. If you have felt unworthy, now you know your worth. This person is half woman, half lion. What does that mean? That means that she's tamed that lion within herself, the beast within herself. She's tamed it. She walks hand in hand with it now. There's times when I need to bring out my dark side. And I know that through the strength card. But there's also times when I need to be, well, just look at this little lamb. Feels like gentle as a lamb. 8, new beginning. So you have a lot of energy here where many are completing cycles and new chapters are opening up. Some of the energy that's moving towards you, again, it feels very positive, but you just may not know that yet. I would say just keep your intentions positive and then watch what follows. That's the law of attraction. Mm. All right. So I'm kind of looking at this King of Cups down here because I'm trying to, I want to know like which one of these kings, and I kind of feel like it's the King of Pentacles, to be honest. But which one of these kings could be potentially bringing in this couple fulfillment? Now, I do feel like this is love. Or let's just say, it doesn't mean like, boom, we fall in love right away, but maybe you do at the same time. For some of you, maybe you find yourself having like these long discussions, these long conversations. And I feel like you're going to find real clarity for that. I have a feeling this King of Cups, unless it's you, I don't know. I kind of feel like this may be someone who is fading out of my life. All right. Mmm. Chariot on the bottom of the deck. So first of all, that means that you have found balance, or at least you're on your way to finding balance. And I feel like balance is the key to living, let's just say, a peaceful life and adventurous. To me, it is the light and dark merging into one. It is the masculine and the feminine merging into one. I feel like the chariot comes as a reward because I'm ready for it. The chariot really represents unlimited potential. Unlimited. So I don't even need to ask. Like, okay, so this Knight of Cups comes up or comes in. Like, okay, so how far is this going to go? I feel like I don't even need to ask that. It's more about trusting the flow. Card of Cancer. I know there's some cancers there like, say, it's also my card. All right, let's bring in the Gilded Tarot and let's just go right into it and get deeper. And again, I want to remind you, if you're a male, that, or, I feel like the kings or the queens can represent both signs. And I know that may be confusing for some. That's why you really want to trust your intuition. Oh, look at that. Look At that. Now, I promise you, I did not set this up. That is interesting. Nine of Cups already flipped. And how interesting that I cut it. I cut the cards right to the Nine of Cups. Inner fulfillment. Here's that Eight of Cups, right? Walking away from those cups that have not been knocked over. It's like there's nothing left there. And I know that. So I'm moving on to the Nine of Cups. Now, this Nine of Cups is going to fall over the King of Pentacles. So let's go ahead and put him there. Put it there. And pick up the rest of the cards. Wow. Do I think your spirit guides, our spirit guides did that? I do. I do. I do. And let me tell you why I think that. Because I spend so much time shuffling the cards before I begin each and every reading. And I just close my eyes and I allow myself just to feel like what messages want to come in for Scorpio or any sign that I'm doing. So if a card was flipped, I would notice that somewhere along the line, that card flipped over. That is fulfillment of wishes. You have the star right here. I have a wish. Well, it's like your spirit guides are saying, and I'm going to help it come true. Why? Because you now have emotional clarity. You understand that, sometimes we do have to go through difficult energy, but we also understand that it is temporary, right? If we allow it to be. This person, again, she has to lift her head. She has to look over at that door. And that key will be revealed to her. And I feel like you already have. Okay, so I got nothing bad to say about the King of Pentacles now. And again, it doesn't have to be an earth sign, but it would be someone who feels pretty grounded to you. Um, you know, I also feel like getting like intelligent. Like these may be some clues to help you. Like this isn't someone who's coming in that, I don't know, like what do I want to say? Like it reminds me of like I've always dated older people, older guys, because I like that. I like someone who has wisdom. And then one time I dated someone who was younger and it turned out to be the worst person that I ever met in my whole entire life. I feel like this king has gained his own wisdom. Now, it certainly have book smarts, but I also feel spiritual. Wow. I do feel like this can be a mixture because I feel like a mixture of love, but I also feel like a mixture of opportunity for your money to increase. What it really makes me feel like though, Scorpio? Again, July, I feel like I'm not going to say it's going to be a perfect month, but I feel like you are going to feel so much more comfortable in your skin. I feel like you are going to feel, like the decisions that you're about to make, you're going to trust yourself. Why? Because I feel like you're open. You're open to spiritual guidance, and that is what you're receiving. I mean, I love that. And boy, do I think that was just meant to be. All right, let's keep going. Let's look at this Knight of Cups. Oh, we got a little bit of everything here. First of all, we have Justice, Heart of Libra, certainly mean cutting a ties of what no longer serves you. Justice is really what's fair and just within your world. It's about finding balance. And sometimes certain people can really make us feel unbalanced. It's kind of like reclaiming your own power. And I also want to say, like, all of a sudden I see people like on their Facebook, and I'm just saying Facebook, social media, let's say, where maybe, and I'm literally feeling like, I may have put like I'm in a complicated relationship and turn my status to single. And because in the Three of Pentacles, I feel like other people are really noticing you, but you don't know that. So maybe I turn my status to single and someone notices that and says, okay, it's my time. I'm going to come in. I'm going to offer this love. Again, you don't have to accept it, but it's coming in very loving type energy. And I love that the Nine of Cups is right before it because, again, you're in the energy of inner harmony. Doesn't mean everything is like my whole life is perfect. I don't know that that ever happens. Do you know what I mean? It feels like there's always something that needs to be dealt with, but I'm dealing with it. Some of you could literally mean a Libra. We have the Five of Swords over the Hermit. And then we have the Eight of Swords over the Moon. Could this be a repeat appearance from someone? It could be. And what I mean by that, because I don't feel like that in a negative way, what I mean by that is it could potentially be someone that you know that kind of is paying attention to your life. Again, I don't know that you know that. The Eight of Swords, that self created prison over the moon, it could just mean that, change is fearful. And I don't know if I want to open myself up to it. And of course, you don't have to, it's always your choice. I don't think it stops it. I think, again, a knight will complete their mission. Whether I choose to accept those roses or not will be up to me. It reminds me of The Bachelor all of a sudden. It's also showing me that, past energy really has kind of like tied you into a knot. But yet, I want to jump down to the Eight of Cups because I don't feel like that's where you stayed. I feel like this Eight of Swords is old energy, and I feel like you've broken yourself free. I feel like it's like you're saying to yourself, I don't have any time, or I have no wish to be with anyone who comes towards me in any type of toxic energy. And if this is someone, let's say that you have been with, there could be a real conversation. And if that's where my interests lie, then that conversation is going to be really important. So listen with your spiritual ears. And sometimes it's more important to listen than to speak. Listen to what they say. I just feel like you've already set yourself free, though. The Eight of Wands or the Eight of Swords can certainly talk about walls that I put up. And I'm really trying to protect myself from in that energy. And some are just like, you may just have no interest in moving forward, let's just say in love. But at the same time, the way this reading is, I feel like it's almost beyond You know, like I may feel like, no, not interested in love. Been there, done that. It was wrong. It was toxic. But what if this is no longer toxic? What if this is someone new and they don't carry toxic energy because it is coming over the hermit? What if? What if? All right, let's keep going. Well, hello, Four of Swords. Beautiful. Healing. Right over that Five of Swords. And again, I feel like whoever and whatever has been toxic in your life, this is healing over that. First of all, it is a healing of a broken heart, but it's also the knowing of oneself, right? My own truth. For some of you, this night may actually be helping to heal you and probably you them. And I feel like many of you are natural healers anyway. Like you naturally come from that place unless someone pisses you off. And then watch out. We have the Page of Swords over the Ace of Swords. I get this feeling some of you have a feeling your phone's going to ring before it actually rings. Like some of you feel like a text is going to come in before the text actually arrives, but I feel like you're right. And then, well, hello, Three of Cups. Joy. Celebration. Over the Three of Pentacles. What's being celebrated? You. But this is also, it's interesting because I feel like you've been living in the swords energy, the difficult swords energy. And I feel like now you're moving into a completely different type of energy. Doesn't mean, again, my life's going to be easy peasy from this moment on, but is it going to be better? Yes. Some of you may get a job opportunity out of the blue. And I would say if it feels right, take it. Don't overthink it. Because again, this is coming because of others admiring you, your individuality. Like there's nothing really I need you to change about yourself. And I have a feeling if someone came in and said, well, Scorpio, I need you to change this and that, and then I'll be with you, you'd be like, forget it. If you need me to change, then I'm not your girl. I'm not your guy. But this really is the energy of joy after what I feel like has been a difficult period. Man, I feel like you deserve it. Interesting how the wheel is like, or I'm sorry, the chariot is like over here, like wanting to fall off the deck. Well, now I know why. The wheel is right below that. And then look what's right below that, your major arcana. And it literally says death, rebirth. Death, that means closing doors, and then a rebirth, and allowing a rebirth. The wheel, your destiny. And that's probably why I feel a lot of you don't even know yet that, again, there's this admiration for you, whether it be your work, whether it be in love, or maybe it's in both. It means to me that you're moving to a very destined time in your life, especially with the chariot, again, which represents unlimited potential for you. And really anyone else along for the ride. The one thing I want to remind you when you see a chariot card, you see the reins, right, that tell the horses where to go. But really, in the Chariot card, it's your intentions that tell the horses where to go. So think about that. Like, if my intentions, well, your intentions are 9/10 of the law. Okay, keep going. I feel like your guides are very active in your reading, because they're definitely pointing out certain things to me that I could have very easily overlooked. Hmm. Well, hello, star again, right over the Nine of Cups. You know, it kind of feels like a love for what you do. Mirroring the Four of Swords. It's like, and that Four of Swords coming over the Five of Swords. And I do have to allow that healing to take place. But I would not be surprised. First of all, I want to say congratulate yourself, first and foremost, for changes that you've made in your own life, right? Realizations that you've made in your own life, cutting out the energy that just is not serving you. I feel like you have grown leaps and bounds. So anyone who has also not grown, I don't think you'll give them the time of day. The star with the Three of Cups right next to it. A reason to celebrate after the fact, after that Five of Pentacles, right? After these fives change. But these changes, they could have been difficult. But again, that's temporary. That's temporary energy. Like, don't lose your hope. This definitely, again, signifies, which I already know, you are a natural healer. Now, I don't have to do that for a living. Some of you do. I just feel like it is your energy, period. Like you come across people that, um, and then you say something to them, and it was like the right thing at the right time that helps them. It gives them hope. And again, it's just like, it just naturally comes from you. Make a wish. Be proactive in allowing it to come true and then watch it come true. We have the Six of Wands victory over the Eight of Cups. This is victory and success. Mirroring the Nine of Cups, inner harmony and a fulfillment of a wish or wishes. Now, the Six of Cups is coming, or the Six of Wands is coming over the Eight of Cups. So, can I let go of, let's just say emotional energy that, again, hadn't served me? This says you can. And some of you, it is your very experiences that you speak about that helps others. This is where other people, again, are looking up to you because of action steps that you've taken. Eight of Cups. Well, hello, soulmates. First of all, the soulmate is mirroring the Knight of Cups. Hello. Coming over the Nine of Wands. It's literally like you are closing the chapter, the last chapter, and this is showing you what now wants to enter. It almost seems too good to be true. But why? Why can it be true? It can be true. This is a soulmate energy. And this would definitely be someone who is on a very similar vibration as your own. It would not be someone who's in the Five of Swords, who's toxic. And if for some reason this is talking about someone of the past, then either their vibration has lifted, they now have more clarity, because I feel like they have to come in right, or I don't feel like you would accept it. Hello, soulmates. The star is here twice. Chariot, unlimited potential, sits upon your will, and it definitely talks about a rebirth. A rebirth of what? The end of the Ten of Wands. Doesn't mean everything will be easy peasy, but it will be a lot better. But listen, it's because of you. Okay. Two of Wands. Interesting. Two twos right next to each other. And I feel like this two answers the question of whether I'm gonna um accept this soulmate. Because this is you starting down a new path. It's just giving me confirmation all over the board that you're meant to begin this new path. You know what I love about the Two of Wands? It talks about adventure. It talks about passion. There's not fear here. This is, I'm going to give it a chance. Listen, it's starting at a two. And the reason why I'm saying that is, I don't always need to like wonder, will this be my forever person? Sometimes you just have to, first of all, I wouldn't try to rush things too quickly, because I feel like a beginning of a relationship, that's where the butterflies are at, and I'd hate to see you miss that. Someone is being introduced to you in your life, or again, I feel like someone also, and this could be for different people, I feel like someone also is like, um kind of watching you, and I don't mean it in a creepy way, through like your social media. And I literally feel like you're saying, I cut ties, I'm single, I'm ready to mingle, you know? And if I'm not ready to mingle, it's still coming in. I also feel like when a soulmate comes into our life and us into their lives, yes, we do help heal each other. We heal what we can heal. But then, I feel like many of us still have broken little pieces, right? But I feel like this person and you to them help bring a sense of comfort to each other. King of Cups again. And then the Page of Cups. I try not to always read about people from the past, but listen, that's reality. Sometimes people from our past do show up. And, this Page of Cups sitting right next to the King of Cups can certainly talk about younger energy. And listen, it could talk about younger energy that just wasn't mature yet. You know what I mean? Like they didn't live in a mature space. They didn't want to be, responsible, that type of thing. Just wanted to have fun. Girls just wanna have fun. Hmm. Page of Cups is also your inner child, by the way. And I feel like it's about allowing your inner child to come out and play. It's almost like you've locked your inner child behind this wall of, you know, swords. And now that I do feel like you set yourself free, it would just make sense, especially if you've been through a difficult chapter. Life is about the ebbs and flows. And when we're down, we got to understand, sometimes we need to learn to set ourselves free. But then when we do, it's like the universe is like, look at you. Look at you. Now, wishes are going to start coming true. Keep that hope alive. Allow that inner child to play, to come out. Okay. Well, now I'm wondering, like, because the King of Pentacles um, is sitting next to the Knight of Cups, so I definitely feel like that person is bringing in a cup of fulfillment. And again, whether that be love or opportunity. And this king down here, where I'm like, I don't know, I'm not so sure about you. This could be someone who was, let's just say, mature, or let's just say, their mature level. They're, well, I feel like they were immature, and they may have grown. But it can also, again, represent someone from your younger years, who was once the page, now the king. All right, I want to look at a couple things. First of all, I want to say congratulations on the work that you have done on yourself in your life. And I feel like it is all going to pay off. It may not be immediately, but it is going to pay off. Some of you, you're wondering if you're on the right track, the right path. The answer I feel like is yes. But I feel like in the Eight of Swords, just making sure you set yourself free. Yes, that is your choice. You don't have to. You can say no to this Knight of Cups. You can say no to this wish that you have. But I feel like if you do, then potentially you may not have cleared the energy that wants to be cleared. I know. I know many, and I know I keep saying it, but I know many of you are finishing a 9-year cycle. And it is just your time. I feel like you've been in that ebb, and now you're going to start flowing. Unlimited potential. After the fact. Wishes coming true. Looks like two wishes. But listen, this could be two people who ultimately have the same wish. Now, again, I may not know who this person is. Okay, what are we going to look at? Um, I kind of, well, I think I should look at the Eight of Swords because the star is right there. Let me just readjust myself. So let's look at the Eight of Swords that's over the moon. And listen, so in a way, that's the message itself, right? So if I have this self-created prison, it may be partly because of the uncertainty. Like I want to know, but maybe I'm not meant to know everything right away. Maybe I'm just meant to move into the energy. And then I feel like your soul will know. Your soul already knows. let's just say your human self will know. Because your soul doesn't create these barriers. It's our human mind that does. So let's look at that. Like, what sets you free? What sets you free and then allows that this wish come true? That is my question, Spirit. What does Scorpio do to allow herself and himself to be free? Free from what? Free from limited ideas, free from feeling not worthy, free from other people's opinions, right? You got to look at the source. I tell my daughter that all the time because there's a certain person in her life, and it's not romantic, but who just has a tendency to cut her down. And I tell her you just have to look at the source. His words mean nothing because they're coming from such a low vibrational energy. And she's of a much more higher vibrational energy that, I can see like where for a period of time it could certainly have set me back. And I also want to say, I don't feel like it's the soulmates that are setting you free. I feel like it's you. I feel like the majority of this reading is speaking about your growth and then everything that follows. It's almost like I don't even need to clarify it now, but we got some cards. We're going to look. Queen of Wands, Queen of Action, Queen of Desire. Like I move according to my desires. This is a risk taker. And maybe I haven't taken some risk in my life, and now is the time. It makes me think of this Ten of Wands where, I'm potentially leaving one mountaintop, heading for a new mountaintop. She's all for the adventure, and I do feel like this is you. So it could certainly just be a change of energy. Queen of Pentacles. Interesting. Hello, Ten of Pentacles. Wow. By the way, Nine of Pentacles right there. Wow. Queen of Cups. It's like we're seeing all different sides of you. The Strength card. That's why you set yourself free. That's how you set yourself free. You took a good, hard look at yourself, but not in a judgmental way. Really just realizing how strong you really are. I often call this person my spirit warrior. And in the Knight of Wands, it is card Leo also. And then Nine of Pentacles again. Man, do I feel like this is going to be an abundant month for you. Interesting that we have the King of Pentacles who's bringing in that Knight of Cups. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles. Again, I feel like you're everyone. I feel like you're all the queens here. Male or female. Some of you, I feel like this is what I've said to myself. I'm going to get my financial house in order. And I'm going to put love on a back burner. And I feel like that's exactly what you do. You start to get your financial house in order. And, in the Nine of Pentacles, I feel very independent in that energy. Like I can take care of me. And that is big. That is big. And then it goes into the Ten of Pentacles. Well, I never feel like you're alone in that Ten of Pentacles. Now, again, it could just talk about like being able to take care of my family. I may have told myself that I don't need someone else to come in and help me in that area. I can do that all on my own. But I really feel this is talking about your growth. Some of you, you definitely, you weren't looking for a savior. You were your own savior. And now you know that. Queen of Cups just, to me, means don't shut down your heart. Of course, that's a personal choice. But I feel like it's on its way. Something that's going to fulfill your heart. Again, you can say yay or nay. And I also feel like if this has anything to do with, let's say, potential love coming in, then again, it speaks about someone who's also able to take care of themselves. If you have I love the Nine of Pentacles right next to the Ten of Pentacles, because if you have a business that you do from your home, man, success. Just claim it. Claim it before it even arrives. Just know it. But be willing to put in the action steps at the same time. So I feel like, how did you free yourself from that Eight of Swords? You realized you were your own savior. You took the action steps that were needed. And I feel like it's paying off big time. Okay, let's pick this up. By the way, Queen of Cups, of course, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Um, Queen of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. And Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Well, I didn't mean to put that back. Okay. I don't know why. I feel like I want to give it a shuffle. Where do I want to go? I want to go over this Knight of Cups, who is mirroring a soulmate. Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. Six of Swords. So, goodbye, toxicity. Had enough. This is moving away from that. If nothing else, it doesn't have to mean a physical move. Mentally, through my thought system. I'm not giving toxic people, toxic energy, my time any longer. This can be temporarily difficult energy, but it really is the promise of much calmer waters. And some of you, I'm telling you, I feel like I watch a lot of you go on your Facebook and put single. And I hope you do, because I have a feeling that's how some of this may happen for some of you. We have the Two of Swords, King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, potentially. But this is a king of action. And let me tell you what I feel like this means. To me, the King of Wands is someone who puts action behind their words. I'm not going to tell you just what you want to hear to get what I want. Not only will I tell you how I feel, I'll show it to you. The Emperor. Five of Cups. We're getting a lot over here. Hello, Ace of Wands, inspired action. This means your steps are being guided if you choose to follow. You do have to reach out and grab this ace. It's like your intuition's being ignited to help you on your next steps. And then judgment. So, do I fear this Knight of Cups? No, because this is your spiritual team. And this is energy that is calling you to the present moment. The past is the past. Let's let it live in the past. Let's certainly extract the wisdom of the past. But the rest, let it be, let it go. Your spiritual team's calling you to the present moment because there is going to be a rebirth. And again, I feel like the action steps to take. So to me, that means like I'll just be at the right place at the right time. It means that like if I follow my intuition, I can let go of the rest. It'll just put me where I need to be. I can't help but think for some of you, there could be someone of the past. But let's talk about this for a second. Because the Five of Cups is really when I'm focusing on the cups that I have lost, right? The cups that have been knocked over of emotional, in an emotional nature. But it's a five. So sometimes we can get lost in the energy of woe is me. And again, it's not judgment. No one's judging you on that because we've all been there. But you've heard me say this a million times. What's behind this person? Two cups. So when I no longer focus on all that's gone wrong and I start thinking about all that's going right, all that's opening up for me, what do you meet? You meet a soulmate. Now, is this someone I already know? In a way, I feel like yes, but I'm not going to leave off the table that this is someone brand new. And why do I keep feeling like it's someone, for some of you, someone you already know? Because I feel like someone is like, and again, I don't mean this in a creepy way, but I kind of feel like, it's like following your life in a way. And then we have the Emperor, card of Aries. But listen, to me, this means this is someone I can look up to. This is definitely someone who's not only learned from their experiences, but I also feel is a great healer. This is not overnight energy. Just like the Empress, it takes a moment to get there, right? I've lived through some difficult energies, but I didn't allow it to keep me down. I feel like as the soulmates are um, related, this feels very good. Like, I don't know. I feel like the Emperor has integrity. And again, I'm not even thinking about Aries. Though I'm not saying it won't be an Aries for some of you, but I feel like integrity. It looks like he's got a diploma in his hand, and I felt like this king over here was pretty intelligent. This could certainly represent someone who is a little bit older than you. Doesn't have to be a lot older than you. Like Sam and I are like literally like 3 weeks apart, but he is older than me. Two swords. We don't want to ignore it. First of all, you went from the Eight of Swords down to the Two of Swords. And I feel like what that means is, let's say this Knight of Cups comes in. I may not immediately say yes. yes, I could have a little bit of fear, right? Because maybe I haven't been so lucky in love. And I know I don't want to repeat past experiences. That's why I always say take it slow because, people will always reveal each other. That's why I'm saying if there's a conversation, really listen with your spiritual ears. Their words will reveal the truth, especially if they're lying. But I don't feel that. Like, I almost wish I didn't say that. Could I be potentially blocking this? Yes. But again, it's your right, you know, but it may just simply mean like, I'm not sure if I'm ready. I'm just not sure. But then I have to go back to this Five of Cups because if I'm not sure, maybe, just maybe, I'm still focusing on the energy of what I have lost. And I'm not considering what the potential of what has yet to be. It literally tells you that when you change your focus, when you no longer focus on what you've lost, that there will be two cups. And it is showing you. And by the way, it just so happens right now to be in the same line. And your spiritual team is saying, if you have fear, let us guide you. Like, if there's going to be red flags, we will send them. We'll make sure that you see them. And if you miss the first one, we'll send it again. And if you miss the second one, we'll send the third one even bigger. And that may be a little bit what the Ten of Wands was. Like sometimes we do ignore flags, those red flags. And sometimes we ignore good guidance. And I feel like that's part of our growth, you know. And I feel like when your spirituality really grows, then you learn to really trust in your guides. Think of your guides this way. They are with you all the time. Their job is to guide you on this earthly plane. That's what their job is. They know you as a soul and you them. You just may not know them at this moment, right? But you've known them before you came into this lifetime. There may be certain seeds that you really wanted to produce in this lifetime as a soul, and your guides are helping you to produce those. Well, what feels like a dream come true, it to me is actually your soul's desire. It has always sat upon your will. It's just the right timing. Death, closing of a door, so that the rebirth can take place. Judgment, come to the present moment. This is where I send your signs in the present moment. This is where I guide your steps. Right here, right now. Ace of Wands means passion. So I don't know how you'll be able to deny the passion you'll feel. Sure, you can shut it down, but I feel like it'll just seep back in again. All right. Judgment is pointing right down to the Two of Wands and the Soulmate. So that's where I'm going next. I feel like that's where your spiritual team wants me to go next. So let's do it. Hello, Will. Hello, Destiny. Over the Soulmates. It is the right time. It just is. Some of you are feeling so good, or you're about to feel so good about your life. You're understanding that, if you feel like you made bad choices or what have you, just forgive yourself. God has forgiven you. And sometimes we feel like we need forgiveness, but it's just life, right? We're having human experiences that until our spirituality really opens up, we don't even realize that this is really our soul's intention after all. But I feel like this should help give you even more clarity. It just is meant to be. And I feel like it means judgment is saying this wheel is moving now. Two pentacles. So what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Two pentacles to me means use your logical mind. Don't use a fear-based mind. You have the two of swords right there. I can and either way, I feel like what wants to get through will get through. But to me, this does feel like, first of all, I feel like if you're grounded, it may call for you, like, think about that. Do you feel grounded? Because when you feel grounded, I feel like your answers are pretty clear. And then look at this, the Knight of Cups again. Your spiritual team wanted me to bring out these cards. Here they are. Soulmate. That means true love. Doesn't mean perfect, because there's no one who's perfect. We're not perfect. We weren't born perfect. And I feel like that's part of a soul's quest, not to become perfect, but to understand that, like, not to hold on to regret. Understand that you were learning. And boy, I feel like you've learned a lot. I love that the Eight of Swords went down to the Two of Swords, and now the Two of Swords goes down to the Two of Pentacles. So it's almost like the fear now is gone, and now I'm making a logical decision of, and listen, I feel like one of the reasons why I'm questioning this at all is because for some of you, you have found this independence within yourself. And you may feel like, I don't want to give that away. Well, you're not giving that away, and don't give that away. You know what I mean? Like, stay that independent self. And then the Nine of Cups, inner harmony. So, when you feel independent within yourself and you have this inner harmony, it just makes sense that this type of energy would then open up. Listen, two stars here. So I feel like both these soulmates, this is their wish. And I feel like your spiritual team is helping to bring it about. And it is through action steps. Not just action steps, but also like your intuition. I feel like some of you are going to have like long discussions. This person may come in, and again, it may start like through communication. But in this communication, for some of you, I feel like there's going to be long, deep conversations. And I feel like that's going to help soothe any worry you have. It's like, I want to say the hard days are over. But I also want to say, give yourself the credit. Be proud of you. And, Scorpio is very comfortable under the water as she or he is above the water. Let's look at the bottom of the deck. Oh my God. Scorpio, come on. Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups. The Wheel. The soulmates. And when I say the wheel, I mean your destiny. The soulmates. The Knight of Cups, unexpected cup of fulfillment. Here it is. Here it is. You know, interesting, it's the last card that came out also. Your spiritual team. I'm going to guide you. Trust me. Trust you. What a month. And listen, this is just the beginning. Like, I feel like July is just the beginning. And that may be why we're seeing a lot of twos. It's just the beginning, my dear. You know, can this love go, let's say, for the rest of our lives? It has that potential. It literally has unlimited potential. What you do want to think about, though, is free will. Free will of another is one thing we cannot control. We can control it on our own, ours. But I say free will because I can never guarantee you that something will last the rest of your life. But I feel like this is giving you comfort that it has that opportunity. You know, every time I do a reading, I feel like, look at that. 10 of Cups. Oh, 10 of Cups. 10 of Pentacles. I just wanted to see what comes between that 7 of Wands, standing your ground. Maybe that's exactly what some of you had to learn. How to stand my ground. And then that Knight of Swords. Hello, communication. Again, a knight's going to complete their mission. It already has. Here is the Ace of Swords. 10 of Cups. Here is the Ace of Cups. I have a feeling for those who may be living alone, but maybe don't want to. Yet, as I say that, I feel like there's a need, like I have to have love. I don't feel that. I feel like it's just going to happen naturally. I feel like this is just the right time. You know, and it's interesting. That's how I opened up your reading, talking about, you'll just be at the right time at the right place. And for some of you, it could literally mean at home. It could be at your place of employment. It could be, you know, you're guided somewhere and you don't even know why, but you decide to listen. And lo and behold, you meet someone. You give them their telephone number. You give them your telephone number. They call you. And conversations open up. I feel like with the Emperor here, quickly you're going to know it's someone that you can respect. Let's just put it that way. And would also respect you. Wow. All right. Let's bring in Mother Mary. You know, this is why I tell you that even though I know the readings are long, literally it feels like it's guiding you. Um, and and if I don't know that, right? If I don't know that in the Eight of Swords, like that I am blocking some opportunities, and I do have the opportunity to set myself free, maybe I never do. You know, if I don't understand how involved my spirit guides are, not just within your financial world, but definitely within your love life, then maybe I never trust. I feel like the beauty, or let's just say the rewards, seem to come towards the end. Anyway, for those I'm talking to, probably aren't here anymore. But for those of you who are, this is your roadmap. All right, Mother Mary, your beautiful words of wisdom for my Scorpio and those intuitively guided, please. We got 3. Integrity. It definitely fits this reading. I trust my ability to know what is true for me. That's why you don't need to create the Eight of Swords, because this means that you're listening to your intuition. I trust my ability to know what is true for me, not what other people tell you. Those people of the Five of Swords, they don't know what they're talking about anyway. Truth. Truth. I am lovingly honest with myself and others. I do feel like it's about you speaking your truth. And if somebody can't handle your truth, well, then they can't handle you. Truth, integrity. Be strong. Be strong, Scorpio. I pull myself up and do what needs to be done. I feel like that's exactly what you did. I feel like that's exactly what you did. Integrity. I feel like that's a must for anyone that's coming into your life. If you don't have integrity, don't even bother me. Truth, being honest with yourself first and foremost. But also, again, if someone comes toward you and they don't speak their truth, again, I have no room for you in my life. My life is starting to look too good to go backwards. And be strong. I feel like that's what got you to this point. You pulled yourself up and you did what needed to be done. And the rewards of that are everywhere. Scorpio, loved your reading. I say that with every reading, but I have to tell you, I mean it. Like, I just loved it. I loved it. I thank you. I thank you and am so grateful for you, each and every one of you. I feel like your guides want to also say that. I feel like your guides are saying, I feel blessed to be your guide. I feel blessed to help give you the clarity you need. I feel blessed when you feel blessed. Beautiful. All right, guys. I was going to go live today, but it's just superhuman out and now it's pouring out, so I don't even know if I still have an internet connection. Um, that's what happens when you live in a country. Like a little bit of rain knocks everything out. I have power, but so I better end this before I lose my power. Anyways, guys, I love you so much. I thank you. Um, Please share your comments in the comment section. That is how you do help heal each other. I'm telling you, you do help heal each other. Like you sharing your experience, others read that and they're like, oh my gosh, like I may be stuck way back here. I may still be in the Ten of Wands and you may be down here, but you're saying like, okay, well, this is what I did. So you're helping to guide. And by the way, because you are natural healers, that's why I love the comment section, because I feel like there's a lot of healing that takes place in the comment section. And I always feel this in Scorpio's reading where I feel like, pay attention, because sometimes you may meet someone who may become a lifelong friend or even a lover. I think I've said that one other time, and I feel like it was during your reading, and here I am saying it again. So, I thank you for your donations. It is truly what keeps me on YouTube. Truly what keeps me on YouTube. So much gratitude for that. And by the way, I know a lot of people just don't have the money to give donations. Sharing this video, just any way that you support me, I am so grateful for. I'm going to let that be before I do lose. I have a feeling I'm going to lose power here. So I'm going to let that be. I love you. Happy, happy July. I feel like look forward to July. And I feel like that is just the beginning. It's just the beginning. I love you guys. I'll see you next time at our table. Bye bye.